Or make it yourself, and it's very simple. You go to the palengke and you get a thread grater, yung ginagadgad like that, no? Then get a gauze-like oil, nakatsa, and squeeze the oil as you would prepare for a dish that has gata. And then leave it overnight. What will happen is the oil will rise above, the water will separate, and that's it. That's your virgin coconut oil po. And magkano ba isang nyog? I know buko is about 18 pesos here in Metro Manila. So the nyog might be in the same range. So yun po, if you can just eat more coconut gata dishes, okay? If you eat also coconut, it will also regulate your digestive movements. So, and again, it's really a matter of education. Now, the sad thing about what happened to virgin coconut oil po is this. We're one of the few countries in the world, Beth, that has been blessed by God with so many coconut trees.
Very
true,
very true.
So before the war, I read in a book in the 1920s, our Speaker of the House and Senate President, his name is Eulogio Rodriguez, was going through the trains to Bicol to already sell and buy coconut oil for export to the world. Now what happened? That was in 1930. We were exporting coconut oil to the world. But after the war, the U.S. found that they had to live without coconut oil because nobody was exporting anymore because of the war in the Asia Pacific. So they came up with alternative corn, canola,
soy, especially.
And soy, okay?
Yes, soy.
And of course, they had a cartel, and because they had to protect that industry, precisely because they don't have coconuts over there, that was how somehow our coconut oil became sidelined, and even some black propaganda resulted, which is unfortunate. But it's only now that we are getting back into the U.S. supermarkets as a supplement.
Yes.
How I wish we could come back to a level that is like olive oil. You know, it's a regular in the kitchen.
But I might add that Dr. Enig, who is also a proponent for
Mary Enig, right?
Yes, but they don't call it virgin coconut oil, but monolaurin, lauric acid, and these are all components of or ingredients of coconut oil. Because maybe they were afraid that if they say coconut oil, they would be condemned, not really condemned, but taken for granted or etc. So anyway, I think we should go on an aggressive advocacy. Especially we have a virgin coconut oil organization, and we have bazaars, and I think the government should support us because in many countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, etc., they can come out very well and produce so many products with subsidy from government.
Okay. In fact, that's really one of the reasons. I have a daughter in Los Angeles, and when I was with her, there is this Filipino chain called Seafood City. Okay, and it's where the 1 million or so Filipino Americans in California buy their groceries. And I was so appalled. I told Mr. Ontiveros, the senior vice president at that time, I said, why are you carrying all Thailand coconut products? And he said, well, there's so much support, it's reasonable, it gets into the States, and so that's the challenge for us. But going back to the advantages of virgin coconut oil, Dr. Dairit, who Beth mentioned, is a cardiologist and was our champion for virgin coconut oil. Did you know, Beth, that he tried on several patients in San Lazaro? He gave them coconut oil and it was able to reverse their AIDS blood count or something to that effect.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
and I think they're doing more research on that.
Yes. Well, it just is unfortunate that clinical studies over more than 200 to 1,000 over a 1-year period can really cost a lot of money, even if the traders and manufacturers donated the oil. That's where we need a little help, because Dr. Conrado Dairit, Ading, as he wanted me to call him, said, Dean, in the meantime, let's go for testimonials.
Yes. Because
word of mouth is second to none. And I'm glad you brought some books, because Congressman Luis Villafuerte, Nelly, his wife, and daughter Lalaine have a coffee book. And who's this other one who made the other book?
I forget now.
But there are two coffee books.
This is the coffee table book of the Villafuertes.
Yes, right.
And I got a lot of information from that. And I believe we should continue doing research. As you said, it's very expensive. That's why we need the support of the government.
Well, in fact, when the swine flu outbreak came along, former Agricultural Secretary Leonie Montemayor, and he is a newly seated congressman, party list of Aba Ako, we called for a press conference. And our basis for any research now is Dr. Toby Dairit, the son of Ading, no? Conrado Dairit. He's a doctor, chemical engineer of Ateneo de Manila, and he is our industry resource when it comes to anything chemical or research.
And he said he's coming out with a book on thousands of testimonials on virgin coconut oil. And I think we should try to do our best in advocating it in whatever way. You know, I always say, you know, go natural for a healthier you. And with virgin coconut oil, maybe you can incorporate it into your diet, your lifestyle.
Drink it, you can take it with your coffee, and as
Cook
I said in another program, because I met President Ramos, Fidel Ramos, who takes it dutifully
regularly,
and he said, Dean, I can't take my coffee without it. Okay, it's better taken with your regular beverage. Sprinkle it on your salads, or when you
can put it into your coffee.
Or your rice, just before yung sinasabi natin in, okay? You mix a tablespoon and it will make it glisten just like Japanese rice. But he told me, Dean, the way to do it now is to put it on your ice cream or something cold. Because it will taste like makapuno syrup, and it's a little bit crunchy. And I tried it. It's very good. I'd like to invite everyone, go to the Marpe, which opens tomorrow at 11 o'clock at the SM Mega Mall. This is a health and wellness fair sponsored on its 3rd year now by the Chamber of Herbal Industries of the Philippines, or CHIPI, with the Department of Trade and Industry, the Bureau of Export Trade Promotions. As you know, for those investors out there, our exports have gone down because of the recession. Electronics and our traditional copra are so down, we have to find replacements. But the wonderful thing, Beth, is that our president, Tess Santos, who went to the Natural Products Expo West, which is celebrating its 40th expo in March of next year, are now showcasing virgin coconut oil and what we call the virgin coconut emerging products, which include flour, vinegar, sugar, coconut sugar. This is not sugarcane sugar. This is the tuba converted into low glycemic for diabetes sugar. And I was looking at your product line. Can you talk more about your cocoa jams and why coconut vinegar is even better than apple cider vinegar? And your creamer and fiber flour and coconut ice cream. Can you share with them the wonders of these miracle products that you're carrying, Beth?
Well, actually, any product that needs oil can be substituted with virgin coconut oil. So anyway, among my products, you know, I have developed the capsule because many say I cannot take the liquid.
Some people gag with, with it.
Yes.
Okay,
it's not the equivalent of 1 tablespoon, but it will do. Rather than nothing, as I was telling our president, then maybe 1 or 2 capsules will be enough. Then we have cocoa jam. You know, usually it's mixed with ordinary brown sugar or muscovado. But I have asked someone to make coconut jam with cocoa sugar, and that will make it healthier cocoa jam.
Actually, I was watching a show earlier that they use peanut butter. But those of you who don't know what coconut jam is, what is it called in Tagalog? Kalamay? Or what?
I forget
but
now.
But it's coconut spread actually. And I know a lot of families in the provinces eat their pandesal with coconut jam.
Yes. And of course, coconut vinegar, as you mentioned, is as
good. Can you inform our GNN viewers why coconut vinegar is special?
Well, it does not have any antiseptic, which most vinegars have.
Which is chemical, right?
Yes, it's all natural. And it can be compared or even better than the Bragg's apple cider, which is so expensive.
I take Bragg's actually because...
Same here.
Okay. Now, thank you, Direk. It's called Latik. Or yung matamis na bao.
Matamis na bao is more like it. Yes,
all right. That's it. Latik.
Latik.
That's what it's called.
Yes, and vinegar has a lot of potassium and nutrients, and it also helps in disinfecting. And there are many other features of the virgin coconut, the vinegar.
Yeah, the vinegar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of GNN, this is my tip for you. Because, you know, a lot of Filipinos suffer from hyperacidity, ulcers, or maasim na tiyan, or what we call reflux.
Yes,
you know, esophagus reflux or stomach acid. No? That's why marami tayong Simeco and Cremiel users. No? But did you know that vinegar, learning it from the apple cider, is alkaline when you take it with water. Don't make it so matapang. It's to taste, no?
Actually, you can put 1 or 2 tablespoons in 1 glass of water.
That's it. And you know, when you mix whether muscovado or honey or healthy sugar, not white, anything white, they say is already devoid of nutrients. No? It tastes like wine. It's like this sparkling cider vinegar drink, okay? And it is alkaline. Those of you who suffer from a lot of hyperacidity, let me tell you, take alkaline water, okay? A friend of mine has it as Aqua Health, no? And then you take coconut vinegar and then sweeten it to taste and take it before you eat. You will have less heartburn and less
and it was also suggested maybe before bedtime.
Yes.
Because it does a cleansing factor there. And I think it's a good practice to take it every day.
Yeah, every day. Also the virgin coconut oil. Well, ladies and gentlemen, investors out there, one of the up and coming industries in the world is health and wellness.
Yes.
Mr. Zillner has a book that the wellness revolution is a $1 trillion business. But did you know that in 2008, those of you who surf the internet, go to medica.com and look for the medical industry study. It will greet you with an opening paragraph that in 2008, the whole world spent $4.5 trillion on health and wellness expenses, and about 20.7 billion of that went to dietary supplements.
Yes.
Okay, and another 3 billion got spent on alternative products like virgin coconut oil. So we exported $6 million worth last December. Okay, so those of you, especially those of you who are from the province of Samar, Quezon, where there are a lot of coconuts, or even not. I mean, Beth is one example. She trades VCO products.